I've lived in a few places across Sweden, but there's one city that instantly felt like home from the moment I arrived. Imagine a place where almost everyone speaks English, where people actually say hi to you, and where kindness doesn't feel forced. It's just natural. A city with one of the best universities in the world, surrounded by history, cobblestone streets, and beautiful old buildings. There's a sense of peace here that makes you feel right at home the moment you arrive. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, it's not. After 7 years in Sweden, this is the one city that truly feels like home. Welcome to Lund. When I first moved to Lund for my master's, I honestly had no idea what to expect. I remember stepping off the train with my suitcases, completely exhausted, and then someone just walked up and offered to help me with my bags. That small moment stuck with me. It was so simple, but it made me think, wow, this city is going to be lovely. And honestly, it was. One of my biggest worries before coming to Sweden was the language. I kept thinking, okay, Swedish is the official language. How am I going to survive? Sure, my master's program was in English, but I was worried about the everyday stuff. Buying groceries, taking the bus, going to the hospital. I didn't speak a single word of Swedish at the time, but the moment I arrived in Lund, that fear disappeared. I could hear people speaking English at the train station, on the bus, everywhere. It immediately made me feel like I could fit in without struggling to communicate. That's one of the best things about Lund. You can actually live there comfortably without knowing Swedish at first. Of course, it's always good to learn the language later, but as an international student or newcomer, you don't feel that pressure right away. It gives you time to settle in, adjust, and then learn Swedish when you're ready. After living in Sweden for 7 years, one thing I've learned is that friendliness isn't something you come across every day. People here tend to be private. They value their personal space. But Lund is different. I don't know if it's because it's a university city filled with international students and researchers, or because of its warm, small-town vibe. But people in Lund are genuinely friendly. Whether it's someone at the grocery store, your neighbor, or just a random stranger on the street, there's this openness that makes the city feel welcoming. It's one of the things I miss most about living there. One of the things I love most about Lund is its architecture. The city is full of charming historical buildings and cobblestone streets that give it a medieval feel. It's beautiful and peaceful at the same time. And then there's the nature. Lund has so many green spaces, but my favorite has to be the botanical garden. It was established back in the 17th century as a research park and now has over 7,000 plant species. It's still used for research today, but lots of people also go there just to relax. If you have kids, it's an amazing spot. One of the things I love most about living in Lund is how small and easy it is to get around. The whole city is about 26 square kilometers, which means you can literally bike everywhere. To class, to buy groceries, to the hospital, basically anywhere you need to go. It's the kind of city where a bike is all you need. And honestly, that saves you a lot of money on bus tickets, unless it's really cold. So yeah, I like Lund for that too. It kept my transport budget low. Another great thing about living in Lund is how close it is to other cities. Malmö, Sweden's third largest city, is just a short train ride away. And if you want even more excitement, Copenhagen is right across the bridge, just about 40 minutes away by train. So you get the calm, peaceful life of Lund, but with easy access to the bigger cities whenever you want a little fun or adventure. There's this deep sense of peace that comes with living in Lund, and it's hard to describe until you've actually been there. It's a mix of so many things, being surrounded by nature, the friendliness of the people, the calm pace of life, and how easy it is to get around. You've got the ocean just a short ride away in Lomma, beautiful green spaces all over the city, and this balance of quiet and connection. And as an international, you never really feel isolated there. The city is so diverse and so culturally rich that you always feel like you belong somewhere. All of that together gives Lund a kind of peace that's almost impossible to find anywhere else in Sweden. But with all great things come a few downsides, and you should know that too. One of the biggest downsides of living in Lund is that it gives you this false illusion that all of Sweden is just as friendly and warm. It's not. Once you move out of Lund, you start to see a different side of Swedish culture, where friendliness isn't the norm, people avoid eye contact, and personal space means, please don't talk to me. If you're not ready for that, it can be a real shock. It definitely was for me. So yeah, I kind of blame Lund for spoiling me. But honestly, that's the only downside I can think of. Even after 7 years in Sweden, Lund is still the best place I've ever lived. Do you agree? Let me know in the comments. Or tell me if there's another city in Sweden you think tops Lund. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stick around for more real conversations about life in Sweden. The good, the bad, and the downright frustrating. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.